Hi, everybody. Welcome to Calendar Math for August 20th. You know what's special about August 20th? It's my daughter's birthday. Yeah, so happy birthday, Olivia. And I'm going to take a little bit of time because this is usually the part of the school year where some kids kind of get bored with calendar math. They're like, I know the pattern. It seems like it drones on forever, drones on forever and ever and ever. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about a pattern. Now, some of you probably are never going to grow up and say, I can't wait to grow up and discover patterns. But there was a boy who loved patterns. He would find patterns in everything. And when he was a young man, what he did is he found out that in the stock market, there were certain patterns, like they were hanging dips, where there would be a dip and then it would start coming back up, or there would be a dip and it'd come back, and he knew how to read these. There were things called a shrinking wedge, that right after that, the high point of one day, and then it would go low, and then it would go high, and then it would keep going high. This was called a shrinking wedge, and then he noticed that all the companies that happened to, then it would start skyrocketing up. And what he did is he discovered all of these patterns in the sales of stocks. And what he would do is he would spend hours reading through corporate ledgers, corporate documents of seeing what was sold, what was bought, what was their inventory. It wasn't like today where you could just click on a document and you can see. He would pore over these documents and he would look for these patterns. And then what he would do is he would invest his money in. Well, that man became Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, who is known as the Oracle of Omaha. And it's because he was able to see patterns and then use those patterns to invest his money. Now, I'm not saying discovering the patterns is going to make you a billionaire someday, but finding patterns is essential for you to becoming good at math. Understanding math is understanding patterns. So take that knowledge for what it's worth. Realize that there's some real significant benefits to your brain of being able to train your brain to look and see patterns. Maybe that other people, there are 5 major patterns in this. And most kids throughout the school year, they find why is an orange circle an orange circle? They figure that pattern out. They figure out, oh, I know why they might be tricked on some of these. Why is 1 not included with the prime numbers? Now, some people stop with that. Other kids will investigate until they realize, oh my goodness, a prime number is any number that has itself and 1. So if I'm looking at the multiples of 2, the factors of 2, it's 2 times 1. Are there any other factors that I can multiply together to get to 2? No, it's just 2 times 1. What about 3? 3 times 1, anything else I can multiply to get to 3? No. But 4, I have 2 times 2 equals 4. That means it's composite. Now, there is a pattern in here with prime and composite numbers. But if you looked at 1 and said, uh-oh, that didn't follow the pattern, today I want you to learn a very valuable lesson about 1. 1 is neither prime nor composite. For in order to a number to be prime, it has to have itself and 1. And the factors of 1 are 1 times 1. It's only 1. It can't be another number and 1. So actually 1 is not prime. So looking at this pattern, does that help you resolve one of the patterns? Can you see the pattern that has prime? What numbers are prime? What numbers are composite? There's another pattern here of multiples of 3. I think that's probably one of the first patterns that you've noticed. Have you noticed that there are odd and even pattern? Well, looking more specifically today is the 20th. So is it prime or composite? You probably would know, oh, it is composite because there are a number of factors that I can multiply together to get to 20. I can multiply 4 times 5. I can multiply 10 times 2. I can multiply 20 times 1. So all of those are factors. So since it's not just itself and 1, it's not prime, it's composite. So what numbers follow that pattern that are composite? Also, is it odd or even? Well, do you have your prediction? What is today's card going to look like that follows the pattern? It's the pattern of an orange dot and a yellow square. And if you know why it is an orange dot and a yellow square, go into the comments section of our lesson plan today and type out 2 of the patterns that the number 20 follows.